Hi, welcome. In our previous lessons, you learned all of the important aspects of telling time. So if you haven't seen those lessons, you may want to go back and have a look. So what we're going to do in this lesson is review, and I'm going to add a little bit of information about telling time in Spanish. So first things first, we learn how to say what time is it. ¿Qué hora es? It's 1 o'clock. Es la una. It's 2. Son las dos. You learn how to add minutes after the hour. For example, it's 2:10, son las 2:10. We learned some special expressions like cuarto, which means half past. So if you want to say 3:15, you could say son las 3:15. We learned the subtraction method, son las 2 menos 3. So literally here it's 2 minus 3, which gives us 157. In this lesson, we are going to look at some other time-related expressions. So the equivalent of the AM and PM, which we haven't covered, in Spanish would be de la mañana for AM, and PM would be de la tarde or de la noche. So for example, son las 2, it's just 2 o'clock. If you want to specifically say 2 AM, then you would say son las 2 de la mañana. If you wanted to specifically say 2 PM, then you would say son las 2 de la tarde. Now let's learn how to say PM. So the PM would be de la noche. So for 9 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock, we have son las 9. It's 9 AM, we would say son las 9 de la mañana. 9 PM, son las 9 de la noche. So our expressions again are de la mañana, in the morning, de la tarde, in the afternoon, and de la noche, in the evening or at night. There are some similar expressions that are por la mañana, which also means in the morning, por la tarde, in the afternoon, por la noche, in the evening. So the logical question here is, well, if por la mañana and de la mañana both mean in the morning, are they interchangeable? And the answer simply is no. So here's the deal. We use de la mañana, de la tarde, and de la noche only with a specific time. We use por la mañana, por la tarde, por la noche to indicate in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, respectively, without specifying a time. An example is in order. So, if you want to say, I'm going to watch TV at 8 in the morning, you would say, voy a ver la tele a las 8 de la mañana. You would never say, voy a ver la tele de la mañana. You have to use a specific time with de la mañana. If you just want to say, I'm going to watch TV in the morning, but you're not exactly sure what time it is, you can just say, voy a ver la tele por la mañana. Por la mañana is sometime during the morning, but it's not very specific about exactly when. So we have por la mañana for the not so specific, and de la mañana for a specific time. One more thing about por la mañana, por la tarde, and por la noche. You can also substitute en for por, and you could say en la mañana, en la tarde, en la noche. En la mañana, en la tarde, and en la noche are also very vague about the time. You can't use en la mañana, en la tarde, or en la noche with a specific time, in other words. Just one more thing. You might also hear the expressions para, which means to with time. In the example, son 5 minutos para las 7. It's 5 minutes to 7. This is very common in some parts of the Spanish-speaking world. You might also hear the expression para qué, which means until. So in the same example, son 5 minutos para que sean las 7. Literally, it's 5 minutes until it is 7. Para que is a little more complicated because it requires you to use the subjunctive in Spanish, but just know that you could also encounter these expressions. And just a general piece of advice about time is that be flexible. Not all Spanish speakers from every region express time in exactly the same way, so there is variety in the Spanish-speaking world, and I think in these lessons we've covered all of the standard ways of saying things and some of the optional ways. To continue learning, click on the video that appears here on your screen to go to the next lesson. See you soon. Hasta pronto.